Hey guys, so I just got done streaming some of Kirby Star-Crossed World. I am not going to say the full title because the official title is just such a mouthful, no pun intended, but it is a really fun little DLC slash Nintendo Switch 2 edition thing, and I would have to say this is definitely the best example of a Nintendo Switch 2 edition that we've seen so far. The Zelda ones were kind of they added Zelda notes, which I wasn't huge on, and then Mario Party was just kind of weird. But Star-Crossed World, it's actually what the fans wanted out of Kirby and the Forgotten Land DLC. Just more of Forgotten Land. That's exactly what I wanted. That's exactly what most people have been wanting. And I'm glad that's what we got, because it is really fun. And I'd have to say, these are some of the best designed levels we have seen in Forgotten Land. And these aren't just remixed versions of the existing levels in the base game. They start out in the original version of the level. Like, you see, like, kind of like the starting area of that level. But they kind of, like, open up into a completely new section. Basically kind of making it into, like, a whole new level. So, really think of these as entirely new levels, not remixed versions of existing levels. I guess it's kind of comparable to New Super Luigi U, because those were original levels, but it does kind of have like a new, somewhat different aesthetic to it as well. It does take some of the aesthetics from the original, and then adds these kind of crystal elements onto it, which is really cool and a nice little touch. And these crystallized elements look really nice, and I feel like they definitely showcase the visuals of the or what the Nintendo Switch 2 is capable of very well. Like, already, with the base game, the fact that it's 60 FPS and 1440p looks really nice. It would have been nice if it was a full 4K, but it still is definitely a big upgrade from the original version. But Star-Crossed World definitely adds like quite a lot in terms of visual. So like tons of particle effects, tons of interesting little elements here and there. So I really like how they handled it. And another thing that's amazing is the music. The music is incredible. I was like a little concerned that the music would sound like a little too samey throughout it, like just like that kind of opera style that the first level kind of had, but no, it's actually kind of varied, I would say, between the different levels. Like, the music, I would say, is just really good throughout most of the levels that I've played so far. But going back to the level design, it is definitely just as good, if not better, than the original. Tons of really fun sections with the new mouthful mode abilities, like the spring mouthful mode and the gear are really fun to use, and there's like a lot of really creative sections that I've played with them. So I really like how they were implemented here. But yeah, I'm just really enjoying this so far. Definitely a very good example of what a Nintendo Switch 2 edition can be. I also find it pretty interesting that you access these levels from the base game world map. Like, it shows all the base game levels, like, alongside the new levels. I thought they were going to take you into, like, a whole new world map, basically kind of showing, like, the crystallized version of the map. I think that would have been pretty interesting, but I kind of understand why they kind of stuck the levels in, like, the base game map. I mean, at least, like, have, like, a little path, like, with crystals, like, between, like, each of the levels. Like, so a little something would have been interesting. At least they kind of have that volcanic island visible in the world map. But I kind of find it interesting that they didn't really do much, in terms of, like, the world map. But there's also, like, a lot in terms of, like, 100%ing it as well. Basically, the same as the base game in terms of like things you can collect in each level. There are fewer levels than the base game. I mean, it would have been crazy if they like had as many levels as the base game, but no, there are 2 levels per world. So it is fairly short. I'm not sure how long it is exactly. Like the base game, the levels are long, so there is a lot to do. But I do feel like this campaign is going to be fairly short. So I would say, like, for the price, I would say it's pretty good. $20, all these levels, takes a decent amount of time to 100%, as well as like the upgrades to the base game as well. I mean, that should have been an update, but I kind of understand why Nintendo did that from a marketing perspective. But I would say I'm really enjoying this so far. New characters are pretty cool as well. Starries are cute, basically like Kirby equivalent of the Lumas. The lore is pretty interesting as well. I like Astronomer Waddle Dee. It's pretty cool. Speaking of Waddle Dees, it's kind of weird that there isn't like the co-op in this as well. I think that's kind of weird that they omitted it in this mode specifically, because it would have been the perfect opportunity to kind of promote game share, but I don't know, maybe it's because they specifically designed for these levels to be single player. That could have been the reason, but I don't know. Still, very fun so far, and I'm really enjoying it. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Blue Sky if you want to. Stay perky!